He was born into a world that never gave him chances, only obstacles. Every day was a fight to survive, to be seen, to be respected. She was born into luxury so vast that love felt like a decoration, not a necessity. Their lives should never have crossed, yet fate had its own cruel plans. A poor boy with nothing but sincerity in his eyes fell in love with a billionaire girl who had everything except freedom. In her presence, he felt rich for the first time in his life. In his arms, she felt human, not royal. But love becomes dangerous when it threatens power. When her family discovered the truth, the boy was reminded that dreams have prices, and some people are never meant to reach them. This is not just a love story. It's a heartbreak written by society, money, and pride, where loving deeply means losing everything. The poor boy's life begins in a narrow, crowded neighborhood where every morning starts with struggle. He wakes up before sunrise, sharing a small room with peeling walls and constant noise from the streets. His days are filled with hard work, washing dishes, carrying loads, doing whatever he can to earn enough to survive. Dreams are a luxury he can barely afford, yet deep inside, he carries a quiet hope that life might someday change. People often look down on him, judging his worn clothes and tired eyes, but he has learned to stay silent and keep moving forward. On the other side of the city lives the billionaire girl, surrounded by glass walls, guards, and comfort beyond imagination. Her mornings are calm and perfect on the surface, designer clothes, private cars, and a schedule planned by others. But behind the luxury is loneliness. Everyone around her wants something from her name or her father's power. Genuine emotions are rare in her world, and she often feels like a prisoner in a golden cage. Their first meeting happens unexpectedly in a place neither of them belongs. A quiet corner of the city where wealth and poverty briefly intersect. A small incident brings them face to face. At first, the difference between them is painfully obvious. He feels out of place, unsure of his worth. She is curious, not judgmental, drawn to his simplicity and honesty. A simple conversation begins, awkward yet sincere. He speaks carefully, afraid of saying the wrong thing. She listens closely, surprised by how real his words feel compared to the polished voices around her. For the first time, she meets someone who isn't impressed by her status. For him, she is not a billionaire's daughter in that moment, just a girl who smiles without pretending. As they part ways, something lingers in the air. Neither of them fully understands it yet, but a connection has been formed. Two lives from opposite ends of society have crossed paths, setting in motion a story that will challenge money, power, and the meaning of true love. After their first meeting, the boy and the girl begin to cross paths more often, as if fate is quietly pulling them together. What starts as short conversations slowly turns into longer moments shared in silence and laughter. They meet in simple places, small cafes, quiet streets, and parks where no one knows her name or his struggles. In these moments, wealth and poverty lose their meaning. The boy opens up about his life, his failures, and the dreams he never speaks aloud. He feels nervous, afraid that his reality might push her away. Instead, she listens with genuine interest, something he has never experienced before. She admires his strength, his honesty, and the way he finds happiness in the smallest things. For the first time, he feels valued not for what he has, but for who he is. The girl, in return, reveals the emptiness behind her perfect life. She talks about the pressure of expectations, the lack of freedom, and the loneliness hidden behind luxury. With him, she feels safe enough to be herself, without titles or rules. His presence gives her peace that money never could. Their bond slowly deepens into love, quiet, secret, and fragile. They know the world would never approve, so they protect their feelings in silence. Every meeting feels precious, every goodbye slightly painful. Love grows not through grand gestures, but through understanding, trust, and shared vulnerability. Neither of them realizes that while their love is growing, danger is growing too. The higher the wall between their worlds, the harder the fall will be when reality finally catches up with them. The secret that once felt safe slowly begins to crack. Small signs, missed calls, sudden changes in her routine, unfamiliar names, catch the attention of the billionaire family. In their world, nothing goes unnoticed for long. Private investigators, strict assistants, and watchful eyes start closing in. What began as innocent love is now seen as a threat to status and control. The truth is finally revealed in the most humiliating way for the boy. He is summoned not as a guest, but as a problem to be removed. Surrounded by luxury that mocks his poverty, he stands alone while powerful men judge his worth without hearing his heart. His background, income, and family are turned into weapons against him. He is reminded again and again that love does not change class. The girl tries to defend him, but her voice carries little weight against money and pride. She is accused of being naive, of embarrassing the family name. Her freedom is restricted, phones taken, movements controlled, choices made for her. Love, in their eyes, is a weakness that must be erased. The boy is offered money to walk away, a price placed on his feelings. The offer hurts more than the insults. It confirms what the world has always told him, that people like him are only tolerated, never accepted. As he leaves the mansion, dignity is all he has left. From that moment on, love is no longer secret. It is forbidden. And once power declares war on love, only heartbreak can follow. After the confrontation, everything changes. The boy knows the weight of what he is fighting against: wealth, influence, and a family that can erase him without effort. Each day he carries the humiliation quietly, pretending to be strong while breaking inside. He realizes that loving her may cost her everything she has ever known. The girl, trapped inside her luxurious home, fights in her own way. She argues, cries, and begs for the right to choose her own life. But every door is closed to her. Her family's love is conditional, and obedience is the price. She is reminded that her future has already been planned, and there is no place in it for a poor boy. When they finally meet again, it is brief and heavy with unspoken pain. The boy sees fear in her eyes, not fear of losing him, but fear of the consequences he cannot protect her from. In that moment, he understands what love truly means: not holding on, but letting go. With a trembling heart, he makes the hardest decision of his life. He tells her goodbye, pretending it doesn't hurt, pretending he has accepted reality. He says she deserves a life without struggle, without shame. His words sound calm, but his soul is screaming. She knows the truth behind his sacrifice and begs him to stay, but love is sometimes cruel in its purity. As they part, both of them lose something precious. He walks away with nothing but memories. She remains surrounded by wealth, more alone than ever. Time moves on, but the pain does not fade easily. Years pass, and life pulls them in different directions. The boy rebuilds himself slowly, carrying the scars of lost love and humiliation. Struggle hardens him, but it also makes him wiser. Though he never becomes rich, he becomes strong, learning to stand on his own without resentment. Love teaches him dignity, not bitterness. The girl's life appears perfect from the outside. She fulfills the role chosen for her: success, status, and a future approved by her family. Yet inside, she feels empty. The laughter around her sounds distant, and every luxury reminds her of what she lost. The love she once knew becomes a quiet ache she hides behind polite smiles. Fate brings memories back in unexpected ways: a familiar song, a place, a passing thought. Neither forgets the other. They never reunite, but their lives remain connected through what they shared. Love does not always need presence to exist. In the end, wealth wins the battle, but it loses the war of happiness. The story closes not with a reunion, but with understanding. Some loves are not meant to last forever, yet they shape who we become. Their love breaks their hearts, but it also teaches them the true value of freedom, sacrifice, and self-respect. This is not a happy ending. It is a real one,